52 draw controls. So the Carrasquillo duo, hailing from Alpharetta, Georgia. They've been a formidable force. We're getting set at the draw circle. First one of the game, Puerto Rico in white, Peru in red. It's Sky Carrasquillo battling against Isla Moffitt. The ball goes up. Carrasquillo can't get it. Playing some hockey are these two sides. Looks like someone stepped on the ball. Puerto Rico will pick it up. It's Henson Vendrell. Henson Vendrell, pass restraining, using Bree Carrasquillo here on the near side. It's Carrasquillo joined by Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw, number 11 behind the cage. Here we go, dodging, shooting, and stuffed is Sophia Corrider. Marissa Dolciato standing tall, denying the first shot from Sophia Corrider. Another Villanova Wildcat on this Puerto Rican roster. Career 23 goals, 16 assists for Sophia. We have a foul, so Puerto Rico will gain possession once again. It's Isabella Henson Vendrell with it up top on the near side. Works it over to Bree Carrasquillo. Carrasquillo back to Corrider. Up top, Lucia Nash Lagares with the long hair. You can't see her number, but that is Nash Lagares. Here's Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw. The pass inside. Carrasquillo cannot finish. Another save from Dolciato. Peru goes on the clear for the first time. It's Sasha Silva, the captain. Looking for players. An ambitious opportunity. Almost picking it up was Genesis Rivera. But Rivera is fouled, so Peru goes in the offense for the first time in this contest. Like we said, Peru, this is their first tournament in the senior circuit. Gracie Ochoa has led the way for the Peruvians. Genesis Rivera backing it out to Moffitt. Now Maya Clark on the far side. Maya Clark, another player to watch, a youngster from Frederick, Maryland. Plays her club ball at Northeastern. Another player to watch, Alex Parker. We'll have more on Parker in a minute. Here's Rivera. She tripped, hits the deck. The whistle blows. That should set up Rivera from the 11. The first free position opportunity for Peru. They move her toward the middle. A high percentage look for Rivera. Rivera, junior, or just finished her junior year of high school from West Orange, New Jersey. The shot, and it's deflected. It looks like that was Sophia Santana getting a stick in the way. Peru retains possession. It's Maya Clark, joined by Alex Parker on the near side. Alex Parker played her ball at Salisbury. They were 2024 NCAA D3 runners-up. 41 goals, 40 assists over her career. Parker, another one of these leaders, helping to expand the game in Peru. Moffitt up top. Fakes, tries to sweep right. Sticking with her is Santana. Pass behind the cage to Parker. Look inside, Ochoa shoots, and going low with her, and making the save is Uberi. A goal circle violation, so Puerto Rico will take it the other way. Like we said, it's been a lot of Rachel Ramirez in this tournament, but Uberi getting the start today against Peru. Committed to play at East Carolina University, hails from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, just across the Delaware River from Philadelphia. The pass inside, Sky Carrasquillo is fouled. Should set up a free position for the second of the Carrasquillo duo. Like we said, Sky Carrasquillo leading the way for Puerto Rico. 4 goals on the tournament, looking to make it 5 here against Peru. Carrasquillo going to goal. She shoots. And another save by Dolciato. Out of her stick quickly. Looking for Carnaza. Carnaza with 3 Puerto Rican midfielders around her. Loses possession momentarily. But she was fouled, so she'll head up the near side. Nope, they'll bring her back. Great clear on the defense from Puerto Rico's Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw and Bree Carrasquillo. Skip pass across the field to Morgan Ortega. Ortega's been good throughout this tournament. Moffitt, great check by Sky Carrasquillo. Puerto Rico takes it the other way. Sky beats her man, and the turnover here. Dolciato will pick it up. She's out of the goal circle looking for help. She has Alex Parker, tries the bounce pass. Parker able to corral it. Crosses midfield, and now the restraining line. So under 10 minutes through this one, no goals so far. The defenses have looked good, and especially both goalkeepers making some clutch saves. Dolciato up to 3 so far. Here's Parker, finds Moffitt, now Clark. Clark wants to dodge, backs it out, sticking her left hand. See Isabel Camara, the girl with 2 gloves on the far side. Here's Moffitt down the alley, finds Parker behind the net. Parker looking to feed. Looking inside Ochoa, quick stick goal! Gracie Ochoa off the feed from Alex Parker. And that's how this one begins. 1-0 Peru. So we'll see if we can get another look. Ochoa finishes on the doorstep off the pass from Parker. Textbook offensive play. Parker to Ochoa. The lefty quick stick from Gracie. For Ochoa, that's goal number 2 of the tournament. 3 points overall. We haven't talked about her enough, but Ochoa playing for Mercer University, originally from Lithia, Florida. Played her high school ball at Newsom. It's the 3-year points leader for Newsom. Ortega comes down with it, well defended there, however, by Grace Kerr. Kerr able to pick it up, setting up a possession for Puerto Rico. Kerr taking it behind the cage. Puerto Rico looking to answer the opener from Peru. So up top, Sky Carrasquillo with Rodriguez-Shaw. Rodriguez-Shaw has a lane, shoots, and fires it into the top right corner. Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw answers with one of her own, knots it up at 1 goal apiece. The Minuteman from UMass Amherst nets another one for Rodriguez-Shaw. That's now 4 goals on the tournament. She has been phenomenal. Following the goal, we'll take our first water break. Again, we'll be back in about 3 minutes following this break. Before we go, I want to thank some of our sponsors. Hey, the Pan American Lacrosse Association is the World Lacrosse recognized continental federation for North, South, Central Americas, and the Caribbean. PALA membership currently includes 22 World Lacrosse member nations, including Argentina, Barbados, Bermuda, Brazil, Peru, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, the U.S. Virgin Islands, the Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Haiti, Guatemala, Jamaica, Panama, Puerto Rico, Nicaragua, Uruguay, Mexico, Haudenosaunee, the United States, and Canada. The mission of the Pan American Lacrosse Association is to promote and develop the sport of lacrosse across its region, maintain communication between PALA nations to share best practices for sport development and resources, promote and encourage the exchange of ideas and development of camaraderie among nations, and conduct regional championships that serve as qualifying events for World Lacrosse competitions, as well as the PALA Sixes Cup. PALA is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So we won't take a break. Both teams out of the timeout, taking the field following the first water break. If you're just joining us, 7:22 to go in the first quarter. It's 1-1. Peru got the scoring started with about 9.5 to play in the first. Gracie Ochoa with a brilliant finish off the feed from Alex Parker. On the other end, it was Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw taking it herself, unassisted finish in the top right corner, beats Dolciato to tie things up at 1. So we're back to the draw circle. Sky Carrasquillo matching up against Maya Clark. This one goes toward the Puerto Rico offensive zone. They're going to say Peru left early, so it'll set up a opening possession out of the break for the Puerto Rican squad. We see Victoria Rankin Arrezaga pick it up. Played in 15 games for the University of Richmond. The Spider has been fun to watch. Rodriguez Shaw up top working with Rankin Arrezaga. Defending them, Pollock. Sky Carrasquillo sticking her left hand, has a step, shoots, just misses. Looks like it deflected off the stick of Dulciato. Another brilliant save from Marissa. Now taking it inside, Libby Staples. Staples behind the cage. Now Bree Carrasquillo up top to Rankin Arrezaga, and now Sky. Rodriguez Shaw wants to sweep left. Dishes it to Rankin Arrezaga, who shoots and finishes bottom left. The whistle blew, it doesn't matter. Victoria Rankin Arrezaga with the finish gives Puerto Rico their first lead of the day. You see the ball movement was excellent, sets up an easy dodge for Rankin Arrezaga. She's got so much speed moving downhill. It's all set up. All eyes are on Rodriguez Shaw. And Rankin Arrezaga finds an opening right on top of the goal circle. Finishes low past Dulciato. 2-1, Puerto Rico leads. So no changes on the draw circle. Maya Clark, Sky Carrasquillo. This one goes up. Rankin Arrezaga kicking it to herself, picks it up, and Puerto Rico goes on the attack once again. Rankin Arrezaga was fouled, so she'll move back. She has Libby Staples with her on the far side. Up top, it's still Sky Carrasquillo moving over to the near side, joining her sister Bree. Delaney Rodriguez Shaw with it behind the cage. All eyes are on Rodriguez Shaw. Sky splits right. Looking for her sister splitting. Has a lane. Sky Carrasquillo just over the cage. Great opportunity for Carrasquillo, throwing a few fakes. Libby Staples trying to get topside, working with Rankin Arrezaga. She flips it off to Grace Kerr. Grace Kerr has a lane, shoots, bounce shot into the right corner, and she scores. Hey, welcome to day 3. Grace Kerr, her first goal of the contest. For Kerr, that's goal number 2. You see it again. Splitting left, finds the alley. And that's as tough as it comes for the goalkeeper, Dulciato. Plays perfectly off stick, right on the hip, and the bounce shot. Now 3-1, Puerto Rico in front. With a win, Puerto Rico will lock up a spot in the first tier tournament starting tomorrow. The United States and Canada have all but locked up their position. We're still awaiting the results of Haudenosaunee versus Jamaica over on Field 1. You can join John Kristovich, the best in the business, over there at Orlando Health Stadium. Just about 3:35 to play in the first quarter. 3-1, Puerto Rico leads. See Isla Moffitt on the draw. This one goes right to Lucia Nash Lagares. She has a lane, shoots, and denied by Dulciato. Heads up play by Nash Lagares. Had it one-on-one with the Peruvian goalie. Dulciato standing tall, denies this opportunity, keeps it at a 2-goal differential. Nash Lagares looking for cutters, finds Henson Vendrell. Henson Vendrell so fast going downhill, the shot, and finishes past Dulciato. Isabella Henson Vendrell, her first goal of the day, her 4th on the tournament, extends the lead to 3. Now 4-1, Puerto Rico leads. You watch it again. Henson Vendrell so fast when she's getting downhill. Finishes right over the helmet of the goalkeeper, Dulciato. Puerto Rico doing it in a variety of ways. Bounce shots, high to high, low to high. That's a well-coached bunch. Coach Negron has to be happy with what she's seen. Coach Negron joined by Jamie Redding and Kirsten Parker, all graduates of the University of Louisville. It's been an interesting game. Peru got us started about 5.5 minutes into play. Gracie Ochoa found the back of the net. Since then, 4 unanswered for Puerto Rico. Under 2 to play here in the first quarter. Puerto Rico looking to add to their lead. Nash Lagares, a Yale Bulldog, fires, and a ripper! Right under the top pipe, Lucia Nash Lagares. What a take, winding up from about 8 yards out. And good luck if you're in the way of that shot. Dulciato, nothing she could do about that. You see it again, Nash Lagares creates some separation and fires it right over the head of Dulciato. The sidewinder finish extends the lead to 4 with 1 to play in the quarter. So another draw is up. It's won by Victoria Rankin-Areziga. Puerto Rico trying to add one more. They're thinking 6 goals in the first rather than 5. It's been 5 unanswered for Puerto Rico. This is essentially what they did against Mexico. Taking it inside with Sophia Corder. She is fouled. So for Puerto Rico, that's 5 different goal scorers. Set up Corder, trying to make it 6. Clock stops. We're at 30 seconds. The shot saved. Dulciato using the body there. Dulciato, this game could be out of hand quickly. She's made some exceptional saves for Peru so far. That's Deb Arnold coming up the sideline. Deb Arnold, we'll have more on her later, one of the captains of this team. Oh, we might as well tell you now, she was Miss Texas 2024, Miss Norway World 2024. Big deal in the pageant scene as that one's picked off by Rankin-Areziga. Downhill, going to cage, another save by Dulciato. Out of her stick quickly, finds Ochoa. The ball hits the deck, and the clock strikes 0 on this first quarter. So a fun first quarter between Puerto Rico and Peru. Peru got out to a 1-0 lead after that. 5 unanswered for the Puerto Rican side. That leads us into our first break. Before we go, we want to thank Snap Mobile. Snap Mobile is the essential software platform for athletics and activities. To date, Snap Raise, our industry-leading fundraising solution, has raised more than $1 billion for over 100,000 groups and teams through over 12.5 million participants and donors. In addition to the Snap Raise fundraising platform, Snap Mobile further supports schools, groups, and teams with its other solutions: FanX, Snap Spend, Snap Store, Snap Manage, and Snap Insights. Snap Mobile, the essential software platform for athletics and activities. We'll be back in a second, folks. Second quarter of action right after this. All right, fans, welcome back. Following the first quarter, Puerto Rico leads Peru by a score of 5-1. We're just about set for the second quarter of action here to wrap up pool play at the Pan American Women's Lacrosse World Championships. Again, I'm Kyle McCarthy. Thanks for joining us from all over the world. We're back at the draw circle with Sky Carrasquillo taking on Maya Clark. Puerto Rico dominant on the draw so far. This one goes toward their offensive end. Isabella Henson-Vendrell had it for a second. It's checked out of her stick, but they're going to say she was fouled. Henson-Vendrell will pick it up on the far side. Again, Puerto Rico in the white uniforms, Peru in red. Henson-Vendrell takes it. Finds Lucia Nash-Lagares on the far side now. The Carrasquillo duo up top. It's Bree with it on the near side. Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw. Rodriguez-Shaw already with a goal in this contest. It was 5 different Puerto Rican players getting in on the action. Of course, on the other side, Gracie Ochoa with the opener of this game. The lone goal for the Peruvian side. Henson-Vendrell wants to dodge. Now wants to feed. Looks inside. Bree Carrasquillo had it for a second and loses possession. Sophia Corder tripped up, incidental contact, but they will call the foul. Yeah, so if you haven't tuned in to the game going on in Pool A over on Field 1, Haudenosaunee leads that one 4-1. Excuse me, that's Pool B. Lucia Nash-Lagares downhill with a head of steam, thinking about shooting, doesn't have a lane. Works it out to Corder, trying to draw a shooting space. And she's fouled hard that time by Sasha Silva. Silva, again, one of these captains, product of George Mason. Originally from the D.C. area is Sasha. Taking it, finding Carrasquillo. Sky Carrasquillo finishes. Heads-up play from Sophia Corridor to find Sky Carrasquillo. It's another new score for Puerto Rico as Sky Carrasquillo nets her first one of the ball game. And it's always so tempting to go to goal there. Corridor, she saw Carrasquillo cutting down the lane. Leads her beautifully right on top of the goal circle. And the Puerto Rico lead is up to 5. And this is what Puerto Rico's done. They did it against Mexico yesterday. That was a back-and-forth game, like we said. And then in the third quarter, a 7-0 run by the Puerto Rican side broke that game open. That ultimately proved to be the difference as they won it 14-8. If Puerto Rico wins, you can expect them to face Canada tomorrow in the semifinals. We'll have more on that layout as the game progresses, and we get a little more definitive on the results. Nash-Lagares with Henson-Vendrell up top. Flips it to Isabella. Isabella looking inside, and the pass just wide of the stick of Rodriguez-Shaw. Dolciato moves it out to Ortega, who will take it the other way on the clear. Ortega finds Parker. Parker working against Sofia Santana. Santana called for the foul. Like we said, Parker plays for the prestigious Salisbury University. One of the top D3 programs in women's lacrosse, and men's lacrosse for that matter. Parker with it on the far side, looking for cutters. Twirls the stick. She's going to dodge. Takes it down the alley with the right hand. Feeds inside the shot. And scoring is Maya Clark. A gorgeous finish from Clark. A backhand move. Rolls it past The goalkeeper for Puerto Rico, not much Uberry can do about that. You see on the replay, Parker drawing the defense, finds Clark on the doorstep, heads up play by Clark, knowing that's her best angle. And Peru stops the bleeding ever so slightly, trims the deficit back to 4. Now 6-2, Puerto Rico leads. For Maya Clark, that's goal number 2 of the tournament. She's been fun to watch, a do-it-all player for this Peruvian team, a draw specialist who's also very adept offensively. Ella Moffitt had it. Checked out of her stick. They're going to say she was fouled, so she'll pick it up. Maya Clark finds Kamara. Kamara taking it down the lane, has a step, and loses the ball, but she is fouled. That may set up a free position. Isabel Kamara, one of the more fascinating players in this tournament. Great lacrosse player, has a decorated high school track and field career, also a multi-instrumentalist. One of those, what can't she do? The girl with 2 gloves, Kamara, tries to pass it. It's denied. Playing some stellar defense there. Sofia Herrera picks up the ground ball herself. Past midfield. Oh, and they're going to bring her back. Looks like, yeah, they're going to issue a yellow card. We'll see who they're booking here. I don't see anyone exiting the field of play. All right, it will be Isabel Kamara. So Puerto Rico goes on the player-up advantage. They lead this by 4. Sofia Herrera, like we said, attends the University of Maryland. Another decorated high school athlete, played both lacrosse and soccer over her 4 years. Originally hails from Baltimore, Maryland. All right, and play resumes. It's Jen Seabach with it on the far side. Finds the Puerto Rican offense here. Victoria Rankin-Areziga with it on the far side. Using Maya Maldonado behind the cage. Rankin-Areziga drawing the shooting space. That's a high lacrosse IQ play from Victoria. Sets up a free position from the far side. Beautiful day for lacrosse here in Polk County, Florida. The Lake Myrtle Sports Park complex. Rankin-Areziga going to goal, shoots, bounces it wide of the net. And waiting for it for Peru, that's Isabella Gamara. Not to be confused with Isabel Kamara. Gracie Ochoa, nifty move there to free herself up. How about Morgan Ortega? Freight train through the midfield. Takes it herself past restraining. Sets up another offensive possession for Peru. So Peru's a player down right now. You got to think they're content to work it around, wait till they're back to even strength. You don't want to be overly aggressive. Jen Seabach starts to press out. They're going to double the ball. It's Rankin-Areziga and Seabach. Ortega looking for help. Doesn't have any. Finally, Alex Parker comes to the rescue. And Peru wisely calls timeout. And we will take a break. So once again, the score 6-2. Puerto Rico leads Peru. Before we take this break, I want to thank Visit Central Florida. Visit Central Florida Sports focuses on promoting tourism and economic development through sports. They work to attract new events, support existing ones, and market recreational and leisure activities. They are the only organization in Florida to have won both the Sports Organization of the Year award from the Governor's Council on Physical Fitness and the Florida Sports Foundation Sports Commission of the Year award. They are also the headquarters of the Pan American Lacrosse Association. We'll be back in a minute, folks. Out of the timeout, once again, the score, Puerto Rico 6, Peru 2. All right, fans, out of the Peru timeout. Score 6-2. Puerto Rico leads this one. It'll be Peru ball in their offensive zone on the near side. Alex Parker picks it up. Peru still a player down, trying to milk the rest of this penalty. Isabel Camara serving the penalty in the box currently. Alex Parker leaves the restraining box, switches fields. Just Sasha Silva. Silva lost it momentarily. A scary play for Peru. Silva takes it herself past restraining. Not too much time left on the penalty. Silva doing a nice job. Oh, and the pass sails. Closely defended by Jen Seabach was Madison Ortega. The pass just a little bit too tall for her. The penalty does release, so we're back to even strength. Genesis Rivera exits the box in lieu of Isabel Camara. Sofia Herrera working up the near side to Sophia Corrider. Corrider, nice job beating Maya Clark. Draws the foul there, so they'll bring her back a few steps. Corrider in the offensive zone. Using her sister Aaliyah on the near side. Number 2 is Sophia. 15 is Aaliyah. Sophia with it up top. She wants to dodge. Splits left. Down the alley. And a great trail check from Alex Parker. Denies the opportunity from Sophia Corrider. The ball rattles around. We'll see who comes up with it. And a nifty ground ball there. That was Cecilia Vergara for Puerto Rico. So a second chance opportunity for Puerto Rico. Here's Aaliyah Corrider. Sticking her left hand. Wanted to flip, doesn't do it. The shot. And going low and making the save is Dulciato. Dulciato has been spectacular. Got into some trouble earlier in the game against Mexico. She was taken out. That was one of those games where nothing seemed to go right for this Peruvian team. They're looking to cut the deficit to 3 here. Gracie Ochoa using Maya Clark up top. Clark slips. Ochoa finishes bottom left. Second goal of the day for Gracie Ochoa. That's a well-designed play. Sets the pick, rolls off of it, slips toward the top of the goal circle, and couldn't have placed that much better. Bottom left beats Ilani Uberry. It's now a 6-3 game. Puerto Rico remains in front. We see this again. Look at the slip by Ochoa. Perfect feed. And again, the placement by Ochoa in and out of her stick. Couldn't have placed it much better than that. Great showing from Peru. They trail by 3. Gave up 6 straight goals to Puerto Rico. Stop the bleeding and have some momentum of their own. This one up, Sky Carrasquillo almost able to win it. Instead, Lucia Nash-Lagares comes down with it with a full head of steam heading toward the goal. She'll back it out and head behind the cage. This time working with Libby Staples. Staples with UMBC, 27 goals, 24 assists in 2 years. Like we said, Nash-Lagares hailing from Yale University, originally from Denville, New Jersey. Isabella Henson-Vendrell looking for a lane, shoots, and fires it over the head of Dulciato. Isabella Henson-Vendrell. So smart. Able to create even an inch of space and frees herself up between 2 defenders. Just sneaks it past Dulciato. It's back to a 4-goal game. 7-3, Puerto Rico leads. I have to say, Isabella Henson-Vendrell has been one of the most fun players to watch in this tournament. Like an Energizer bunny out there, does not get tired. You wouldn't know it by looking at her. She is a strong cookie. The way she uses her body to create space, create shooting lanes for herself. Sky Carrasquillo winning the draw here. Works it back to the defense. Oh, the pass sails on Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw. Picked up by Deb Arnold. Arnold using Ochoa. Trying to find Ortega. Just unable to catch that one. Sky Carrasquillo ducking her way through traffic. Finds Henson-Vendrell. Sets up another opportunity for Puerto Rico. The pass, cross crease, and a save by Dolciato. Boy, a great opportunity there for Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw. It's a heads-up pass by Henson-Vendrell across the goal circle, but Dolciato standing tall and making the save. Nash Lagares shoots, and another one for Lucia Nash Lagares. Boy, she's got a powerful shot when she's running downhill. The sidearm ripper right past Dolciato. With under 1:30 to play here in the first half, it's back to a 5-goal differential. 8-3, Puerto Rico leads. We see it again, Nash Lagares. She was dodging that whole way. She loves that sidearm sweeping shot. It'll be Sky Carrasquillo, now Isla Moffitt on the draw for Peru. Moffitt played her high school ball at Lake Highland Prep. Played her club for the Soul Blazers. Moffitt, a local product from Winter Park, Florida. Nash Lagares has a lane, thought about it, decides to back it out, and she's fouled. So the clock stops as we hit 30 seconds remaining in the half. Lucia Nash Lagares looking to add to her 2-goal total. No, she moves it to Sky Carrasquillo, who finishes on top of the goal circle. Hey, some unselfish play from Lucia Nash Lagares. Finds the cutting Sky Carrasquillo. Puerto Rico scoring in bunches. It's been 3 quick ones. The lead swells up to 6, their largest of the day. You see it again, Carrasquillo, just enough space to unleash that one past the right ear of Dolciato. The Puerto Rico faithful love it. They brought the drums. They have the speakers out. Has to be the largest contingent of fans that we've seen here. The Peruvian faithful trying to fire up their team. So when Sky Carrasquillo comes down with it, Puerto Rico looking to add one more before the halftime break. The pass sails on Henson-Vendrell. He's able to pick it up all alone on the far side. Under 15 to play in the half. Nash Lagares with it up top. Now Bree Carrasquillo. Under 10 on the clock. Bree Carrasquillo. Oh, they're going to call a foul there. They'll say she did not trip on her own. And now a free position for Bree Carrasquillo. Scary sight for goalies all around the world. So we're having some clock issues down there at the south end line. It's 5 seconds remaining. The last opportunity of the first half for either side to score. 9-3 Puerto Rico leads, trying to extend it to a 7-goal game. Bree Carrasquillo from the 11. Takes it herself, shoots just wide right. And still a couple seconds on the clock. And the horn blows. The first half comes to a close. So Puerto Rico leads this one 9-3 after one half of play. Peru started to claw their way back, but it was 3 unanswered by Puerto Rico to round out this first half of play. We'll be back in a second with the second half of play. First, want to thank World Lacrosse. World Lacrosse, formerly the Federation of International Lacrosse, is the international governing body of lacrosse, responsible for the men's, women's, and box and sixes version of the sport. It was established in 2008 by the merger of the previously separate men's and women's international lacrosse associations. Fans, again, it'll be a little longer halftime break, 20 minutes. We'll be back then. Don't go anywhere. Fans, welcome back. Following the halftime break, we're just about set for the second half of action between Puerto Rico and Peru here in the Pan American Women's World Lacrosse Championships. Again, I'm Kyle McCarthy. It was a back-and-forth half for both teams, but Peru, despite clawing their way back, getting it to a 3-goal game, they ultimately let in 3 unanswered by Puerto Rico to close out the second quarter. Some leaders in this game so far. For Puerto Rico, Lucia Nash-Lagares has led the way. 2 sensational finishes from Lucia. Also has an assist on the card as well. Isabella Henson-Vendrell and Sky Carrasquillo also with 2 goals apiece. If you haven't tuned in on Field 1, Haudenosaunee currently leads Jamaica by a score of 8-2. Assuming they pull that one out, they'll lock up the number 2 seed in Pool B. And they'll be in the Tier 1 semifinals tomorrow. If Puerto Rico hangs on, they'll take on Canada tomorrow. And it would be Haudenosaunee versus the United States. Like we said, a few different players for Puerto Rico. Nash-Lagares, Henson-Vendrell, Sky Carrasquillo with 2 goals. For Peru, Maya Clark, a goal and an assist. Gracie Ochoa with a couple goals of her own. Alex Parker, a couple assists as well. Peru's gotten better and better throughout this tournament. No wins to show for it, but it's to be expected with a newer program. Have to be happy about the future for this Peruvian team. Ailani Uberi stays in goal for Puerto Rico. Most she's played throughout this tournament. The opening draw goes to Puerto Rico. Bree Carrasquillo has it on the near side. Working with her sister Sky up top. There's Lucia Nash-Lagares, number 55. You can't tell with her hair. Has to be the longest hair in the tournament. Here's Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw. Gets the angle. Getting topside. Oh, across the cage. Unable to complete the pass. Well defended by Isabella Gamarra. Gamarra plays her high school ball at St. Stephen's. And that one finishing on the doorstep is Bree Carrasquillo. It's the turnover in the offensive zone. Bree Carrasquillo does the rest. Her first goal of the day. The 3rd goal overall by the Carrasquillo sisters. See it picked off by Sky. She finds Bree. Bree spins, frees herself up, just dunks it over the stick of Marissa Dolciato. The lead is up to 7 as Puerto Rico has reached double digits. Maya Clark, Sky Carrasquillo on the draw. Largest lead of the day for Puerto Rico, 10-3. They lead Peru. Sky wins another one. Works it to her sister Bree, who takes it past restraining. They share a laugh there. The Carrasquillo squad, all in the family for Team Puerto Rico. The feed inside, unable to connect with Henson-Vendrell. Ball rattles around Lucia Nash-Lagares. She is a force offensively, and that time takes it in. The whistle blows first before her shot against Dolciato. And they'll say Peru ball. They'll take it the other way on the clear. And some confusion between the officials. They will deliberate on the far side. Clock still running, just over 12 and a half to play here in the 3rd. Yeah, so they'll correct that. It will be Puerto Rico ball. That makes a little bit more sense. Lucia Nash-Lagares, a free position from the 11 on the far side. See if she goes to goal to try and net her first hat trick of the tournament. She'll await the whistle. Nash-Lagares feeding it inside. Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw finishes top right. Heads up play by Nash-Lagares finds the curling Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw. And the lead swells to 8. Now 11-3, Puerto Rico leads. So Nash Lagares picks up the assist. A textbook finish from Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw. For Rodriguez-Shaw, that's her second goal of the day, second assist for Nash Lagares. She leads all players with 4 points so far. So far, she's been the top player in this contest. Puerto Rico, hey, they've had a lot of players step up for them. We've seen the Carrasquillo duo and Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw offensively. Victoria Rankin Areziga, Isabella Henson-Vendrell. A lot of standout offensive players for this Puerto Rican team, but the defense has been the unsung hero. Ruby Montañez, Sofia Herrera, Jen Seabach doing a lot of the work defensively. Of course, Cecilia Vergara and Sofia Santana as well. Rodriguez-Shaw on the doorstep. Bree Carrasquillo finishes. Bree Carrasquillo finds the net for the second time in this one. And not even a minute after the last one, they extend the lead, now 12-3. And you see it again, Rodriguez-Shaw leads her brilliantly on top of the goal circle. Not much Marissa Dolciato can do about that. Bree Carrasquillo with the finish. It was Sky with 2 first-half goals, Bree with 2 here in the second half so far. You got to think the Carrasquillo family has to be proud of what they're seeing from their girls. And the biggest difference has been in the shot department. Puerto Rico has dominated in that category. They've dominated on the draw circle as well. So this time it's Cecilia Vergara on the draw. She wins it. Victoria Rankin Areziga takes it. Moves it up to Grace Kerr. Pass restraining. Back to Victoria. Puerto Rico moving downhill. The pass sails as Rankin Areziga was looking for Aaliyah Corridor. Maya Maldonado back in the game for Puerto Rico. Attending Mercer University in 3 years, 9 goals for the native of Canton, Georgia. Looks like Bianca Chanduvi on the clear, tries to find Madison Ortega. They're going to say it was deflected by Puerto Rico. Ortega will take it, and they're going to move her back. Much to Ortega's chagrin, she weaved her way through 3 of the Puerto Rican midfielders, trying to set up the first offensive possession of the second half for Peru. Ortega works her way past restraining. And well defended there. Oh, they're going to get a call on Adriana Noheim Jimenez. Jimenez plays at Lemoyne College. 79 goals, 121 career draw controls. It's Ortega with it on the far side with the free position. Backs it out. Finds Moffitt. Moffitt wants to dodge. Has a step down the alley. Backs it out. And draws a shooting space. Sila Moffitt will be set up from the 11 here on the near side. They'll move her more toward the center. A high percentage look. See at the bottom, Ortega and Ochoa likely going to be curling. A lot of options at Moffitt's disposal. Whistle blows. Moffitt going to cage. Shoots and finishes. Isla Moffitt. That time beats Ilani Uberry. Peru with their first goal of the second half. It's now a 12-4 Puerto Rico lead, and that takes us to our first water break of the second half. Before we go, I have to show you that one again. Moffitt didn't have much space to get this one off. Places it perfectly right past the ear of Uberry. The 4th goal of the contest for Peru. So before we take a break, again, want to thank Lake Myrtle Dental. Great sponsor of this tournament. Experience the unique advantage of Lake Myrtle Dental, where we provide all dental services under one roof, ensuring fewer appointments and a quicker path to oral health. Comprehensive care, streamlined visits, and exceptional expertise, all in one place at Lake Myrtle Dental. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks, with the score. Puerto Rico 12, Peru 4. Sweet. Yeah, 1.5 quarters left. No one that's on the field. Unless you want to pick out, like, who just scored that? Moffitt? Fans, welcome back out of the timeout following the Isla Moffitt goal that reduced the deficit to 8. Puerto Rico still leads 12-4. Again, it's Cecilia Vergara on the draw for Puerto Rico. This one goes up. Gracie Ochoa had it momentarily, loses it. They're going to say Puerto Rico ball heading into the offensive zone. Rankin Arreziga with it. Finds Grace Kerr here on the near side. That's Maya Maldonado, number 40, as well. Puerto Rico, a deep roster. You see Libby Staples and Cecilia Vergara into the game with Grace Kerr. The growth of this Puerto Rican roster and program as a whole has been fun to watch over the last several years. Staples, left, switches back to her right hand. The underhand finish extends the lead back to 9. Boy, Libby Staples with a highlight reel finish. A yellow card issued to Maya Clark as well. So Peru will be a player down, but a heck of a finish from Libby Staples. Her first goal of the contest. It's back to a 9-goal game. You see the way Staples split left, freed herself up in space, which is back to her right hand. And with the underhand finish, smooth to beat Dulciato. Puerto Rico can smell a date with Canada tomorrow. Still getting some clarification from the officials here. Clock stops. 6:36 to play. It will be Puerto Rico ball following the penalty. So an opportunity for a 2-1 from the Puerto Rican side. Libby Staples, who scored that last goal, is on the far side. Here's Maldonado with Rankin Arreziga up top. The pass well defended by Moffitt, getting a stick in the lane. That's a heck of a play from Isla Moffitt. She's doing it offensively and defensively. The pass picked off there by Elizabeth Kerr. Kerr looks up the corner. Here's Maldonado. Maldonado's shot, and she scores! There's Maya Maldonado. Her first goal of the day extends the lead to double digits. Now 14-4, Puerto Rico leads. And Maldonado, you see a brilliant finish low past Dulciato. It all started with the intercepted pass by Elizabeth Kerr. Kerr, courtesy of UC Davis, hails from Alamo, California. And a timeout is taken by Puerto Rico. And we'll take a break as well. Just under 5.5 to play here in the third quarter with the score, Puerto Rico 14, Peru 4. All right, fans, following the Puerto Rico timeout, it'll be another draw following the goal from Maya Maldonado. There's been several different Puerto Rican players getting in on the action. Henson Vendrell, Bree and Sky Carrasquillo, and then Lucia Nash-Lagares and Delaney Rodriguez Shaw, all with 2 goals. Joining them, Libby Staples, Victoria Rankin-Arezaga, Grace Kerr, and Maya Maldonado, all with 1. Nash-Lagares on the draw circle. What can't she do? This one won by Madison Ortega for Peru. A full head of steam heading to the offensive zone. No-look pass picked off by Nash-Lagares. Heading the other way, Lucia, like a freight train, finally backs it out. Defers to Sophia Correter. It's with Rodriguez, Shaw, Bree Carrasquillo, Isabella Henson Vendrell. Of course, Libby Staples heading behind the cage. That rounds out the offense for Puerto Rico. Sophia Correter looking to feed. Staples in front. Oh, she had Rodriguez Shaw. Here's Bree Carrasquillo. Shoots and finishes with the left hand. A hat trick for Bree Carrasquillo off the pass from Delaney Rodriguez Shaw. 5 goals for the Carrasquillo sisters, 3 of them courtesy of Bree. The lead is now 11, 15-4, Puerto Rico in front. That's textbook when you're a player up. Rodriguez Shaw thought about it, decides, Bree has a better angle. Let's dish it in front of the goal circle to Bree. She does the rest. Puerto Rico looking like they'll lock up the number 2 seed in Pool A, Libby Staples with it. They'll back her up to center X. She drops it for Lucia Nash-Lagares. Nash-Lagares up to Bree Carrasquillo. Puerto Rico with their foot on the gas. Well defended there. Italia Carnaza forcing it loose and picking it up. Libby Staples, wraparound goal. The backhand with Dolciato out of the crease. Libby Staples, her 2nd goal of the day, and the 16th overall for Puerto Rico. See, just a broken play. It was a nice defensive play by Carnaza. Ball rolls directly to Libby Staples. She catches Dolciato out of the crease. Easy finish for Staples, but a heads-up play nonetheless. Largest lead of the tournament for Puerto Rico. They lead this one by 12. So back to the draw circle. Just under 2:45 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Vergara and Clark battling for this one. Vergara had it with one hand, drops it, picked up by Madison Ortega. Ortega fouled by Victoria Rankin-Arezaga. Ortega had a lane, backs it out. Ochoa looking inside the pass. Maya Clark is denied. They're going to say she was pushed. Nonetheless, heck of a play by Lonnie Uberry. Couple really strong goalkeepers for this Puerto Rican squad. Rachel Ramirez, normally the starter. Uberry getting some valuable international minutes here. It'll be Clark with a free position and loses possession. Oh, so unfortunate for Maya Clark. Best opportunity she's had all day. Here's Grace Kerr hustling up the near sideline. Pass restraining. She's got a lane to goal. Thinks about it. Throws a fake. Fires it off the crossbar. Rankin-Arezaga was ready for it. Possession stays with Puerto Rico. They'll work it around under 1:30 to play here in the 3rd. Maldonado looking up top to the midfield. Grace Kerr with Vergara. The flip to Vergara, looks inside. Aaliyah Corder stuffed Marissa Dulciato standing tall. Denies Aaliyah Corder her first goal. And now hustling the other way, Italia Cardazza, full head of steam into the offensive zone. A successful clear for Peru. Now she's looking for attackers and is fouled by Sofia Santana. So she dishes it to Gracie Ochoa. Ochoa and the offense go back to work for Peru. 30 seconds to play. Here's Alex Parker with it on the near side. Maya Clark wants to dodge. Flips it out to Abigail Pollock. Pollock looking for a lane, has nothing. Santana sticking with her. It's going to be a stoppage with 14 seconds left in the third. So Pollock will have it. The free position, Santana and Pollock both backed up. Pollock finds Clark. Clark looking inside. 10 on the clock. Back to Pollock. You got to go soon. Tries to find Ochoa, deflected off the stick of Santana. Grace Kerr picks it up. She'll just run it out. And the third quarter is complete. Puerto Rico breaking this game wide open. They lead it 16-4. We'll be back in a second with the fourth quarter of action right after this. Fans, welcome back. Fourth quarter of action between Peru and Puerto Rico. The final game of pool play for either of these squads. If Puerto Rico hangs on, assuming they do, they wrap up the second seed in Pool A. Peru will be the fourth seed. That means Peru will play at 9 a.m. Puerto Rico will take on Team Canada later in the day tomorrow. Haudenosaunee all over Jamaica right now, looking to lock up the 2 seed in Pool B. This one up. Sky Carrasquillo had a chance at it. Moves it to herself, and a draw control for Sky Carrasquillo. Flips it to her sister, Bree. Bree takes it into the offensive zone. And that's been one of the many stories of this game. Time of possession has been dominated by Puerto Rico. It all starts at the draw circle. Lucia Nash-Lagares, a standout in this game. Her and Bree Carrasquillo have led the way. But it's been a full team effort for Puerto Rico. You can't really just single them out as the entire team has been strong. Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw is fouled. Another player who has been sensational for Puerto Rico. Rodriguez-Shaw, free position on the far side. Rips one, and it looked like it went off the foot of Dolciato or off the pipe. We couldn't really tell from our vantage point. Either way, big break for Peru. Here's Corder. Corder with the left hand finishes. Hey, she had an open lane. No Peruvian defender slid. Corder says, hey, I'll do it myself. And that's her first goal of the contest. She adds a goal to her assist. 2 points on the day for Sofia. It's now a 17-4 Puerto Rican lead. See this, nobody stepping up defensively one-on-one with Marissa Dolciato. Dolciato's played well, but has had her work cut out for her in this tournament. Reminds me a lot of Angie Benson over on the Jamaican team. Really strong players. When you face this many shots, it's lacrosse. You're naturally going to let a few in. Back to the draw circle. Sky Carrasquillo and Maya Clark. Like we said, it's been all Puerto Rico in this department so far. Flips it out. Isabella Henson-Vendrell has it. Past the midfield, up to Lucia Nash-Lagares. Nash-Lagares weaving through traffic, backs it out to Bree Carrasquillo, trying to draw a shooting space. She does not. Sky and Bree working it back and forth. Now Nash-Lagares on the far side. Carrasquillo duo up top. Bree looking to dodge. Defended well by Sasha Silva. They'll get Silva with a foul. Silva, one of the captains of this team. Here's Bree Carrasquillo. Denied by Dolciato. Rodriguez-Shaw backs it up. Gets it back to Bree. Bree, face dodge. Gets inside. Great check by Maya Clark. And Alex Parker takes it the other way. So the ball's checked out of the stick. A foul is called, so Parker picks it up. Parker using Isabella Gamara. Gamara on the clear. Loses it just at the restraining line. Nash-Lagares, some great clear defense. And then Peru commits a foul. Puerto Rico will pick it up. It's Ruby Montañez moving it up to Nash-Lagares. Now Sky Carrasquillo. Sky, brilliant vision there. Just couldn't connect with Sophia Corder cutting. We had a great view of that. An excellent read from Sky Carrasquillo. Ultimately couldn't connect on the pass. Regardless, Puerto Rico maintains possession. 11 to play in regulation. Henson-Vendrell finds Delaney Rodriguez-Shaw. Shaw with the left hand. Denied! Marissa Dolciato, another fantastic save here. Parker taking it herself through the defensive zone. Looking for some help. She has it. Ortega with a skip pass. Finding Sasha Silva. Silva's fouled. So Peru will pick it up. Looking to add to their 4 goals on the day. So it's Gracie Ochoa with it behind the cage. Defended by Ruby Montañez. Got our number 8s mixed up. Bucher, of course, with Peru. Ochoa with it, looking for cutters. Skip past to Moffitt. Moffitt shoots and finishes high. A great fake from Isla Moffitt. Boy, she's been a bright spot for Peru today. She adds another goal. And the 5th of the day for Peru. Now 17-5, they trail. And it all starts with the vision of Ochoa. Skip pass across, and what a fake by Moffitt. Nets her 2nd goal of the day. Ochoa picks up assist number 1, 3 points overall for Gracie. So we see a new keeper coming in for Peru. It'll be Brianna Valdivieso. We've seen her in both games so far for this Peruvian squad. Couple strong goalies for Peru. They're trying to get her some experience on the international stage. That one a little too tall for Ortega. Rankin Oreziga picks it up for Puerto Rico. Almost loses it. Sticks with it. All smiles is Victoria. She finds Libby Staples. Staples into the offensive zone. Sets it up for another possession for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico mixing in the entire team nicely. Maya Maldonado back in behind the cage. Cecilia Vergara as well on the midfield. Here is Maldonado, already with 1 goal on the day. Shoots, and a save by Valdivieso. How about Brianna Valdivieso comes in within a minute, already peppered by Maya Maldonado. Stands tall, makes the save. Fires it out wide. Losing possession there, Hannah Simos. Been playing lacrosse since 8th grade. Also speaks 3 languages, does Hannah. Originally hails from East Williston, New York. Attended Wheatley for her college ball. Here's Vergara. Looking for cutters. Really well defended there by Carnaza. Carnaza flashing the defense so far. She has been spectacular for Peru. Definitely the defensive standout for this team. Here's Bianca Chanduvi. Hustling down the field, takes it herself on the clear. Looks like the ground tripped her up a little bit. They're going to get a foul, so Peru will go on the offense. It'll be Madison Ortega with it at the top of the box. Alex Parker with it on the near side. Maya Clark feeding inside. Here's Ortega. Doesn't have much room and sneaks it right past the goalkeeper, Uberi. Madison Ortega. Didn't think she had an angle whatsoever. It didn't matter. Ortega finishes. It's the 6th goal of the day for Peru. They now trail by 11. See, it's a brilliant pass by Clark. An even better finish from Ortega. That leads us to our final water break of the contest here in the 4th quarter with 6:36 to play. Before we go, I want to thank our final sponsor, N&D Sports. Whether you're looking to get a professional outfit for your company staff or T-shirts for your school sports team, N&D Sports has solutions for all your custom apparel needs. Our high-quality custom logo imprint and embroidery services will enhance your professional and everyday casual appearance. Fans will be back in a minute with the rest of the 4th quarter between Puerto Rico and Peru. All right, fans, welcome back. 6:36 to play. Puerto Rico leads 17-6. We look at the schedule here. We touched on it earlier. So pool play wraps up after this game. For all intents and purposes, it'll be the United States and Canada in the 1 seed in their respective pools, followed by Puerto Rico and Haudenosaunee. So the way that works, the leader of Pool A will play second place in Pool B. That'll be the United States versus Haudenosaunee. And then on the other side, Canada, the leaders of Pool B, will play the number 2 squad of Pool A, so it should be Canada versus Puerto Rico. Of course, the 5 through 8 games, we're going to see Argentina likely taking on Peru. It'll be Jamaica taking on Mexico tomorrow if everything stays the way it is. 6:20 to play. Puerto Rico with the possession. Peru's done a nice job of battling in this one. Have to shout out both goalkeepers. Dolciato as well as Valdivieso have made some vital saves. It could be a lot worse for Peru if not for them. Here's Libby Staples for Puerto Rico. Trying to get topside, feeds Maldonado in front. Maldonado finishes top left. Libby Staples gets topside, finds the sneaking Maya Maldonado. It's another one for Maya, and the lead's back to 12, now 18-6. See Staples patient, eyes up the whole way. And a heads-up play by Maldonado. Had to go low to catch that one. Finishes top left just past the stick of Valdivieso. For Maldonado, that's 2 goals on the contest so far. Like we said, Puerto Rico's a deep squad. You can shout out a lot of players. Of course, Lucia, Nash, Lagares, Bree, Carrasquillo have been the standouts today. We've seen a lot of different players do it throughout this tournament. Here's one, Victoria Rankin Arezaga. She was sensational in the win over Mexico. Isabella Henson-Vendrell, another one who's so much fun to watch for this Puerto Rican team. She's got so much energy, so fast. Plays larger than life, does Henson-Vendrell. Here's Sophia Corridor behind the cage. Under 4.5 to play. Again, for tomorrow, to be the 5 through 8 pool, or essentially the Tier 2 teams, playing at 9 o'clock. As that one's stolen by Maya Clark. Clark looking ahead. As she's fouled, they're going to get Sofia Santana on that one. Clark will pick it up and go on the clear for Peru. Again, you have to be impressed by the fight of this Peru team. They've improved throughout the tournament, too. Gotten better and better as play has gone on. It's a newer program, like we said. This is their first time playing in the senior circuit. It's turned over. Bree Carrasquillo flips it out. Nice flip to Vergara. Vergara all alone, backs it out to Corridor. Corridor setting up the offense for Puerto Rico. Again, it'll be Peru, Argentina, Mexico versus Jamaica to kick off the day tomorrow. And we'll see the United States face Haudenosaunee in the semifinal. Canada will take on Puerto Rico. Canada and the United States are the favorites in this, but Puerto Rico will have something to say about that tomorrow. Puerto Rico in the 2022 games finished 11th. Their best overall. Peru, of course, has never played the shot. Off the pipe. That time, Sofia Herrera going to goal, unable to finish. And heading the other way, Madison Ortega. Finding Isla Moffitt. Isla Moffitt, so much fun to watch. She frees herself up, going down the alley, shoots just wide of the cage. Yeah, Peru, of course, has not played in any of the championships, or the World Championships, I should say. They did finish 4th in the 2023 Palace Sixes. Puerto Rico took home silver in the sixes, falling to Haudenosaunee in the gold medal game. So it sets up a free position here. Puerto Rico has it. The shot and scoring. That's Isabella Carreras. Plays her club ball for Grit Austin. Received all state honors, and you see why right there. Carreras finishing low, beating Uberry here. 7th goal of the day for Peru, their highest total of the tournament. Carreras does a lot to grow the game in Peru. We touched on that recently. Works with the local kids, donating supplies, equipment, anything they need. And that's what it's going to take for Peru to continue to improve, inspire the younger generation. We were talking in the break. We are excited to see what Peru can develop into as a program. So another draw control to Puerto Rico. Under 2 minutes to play, so the clock will stop with any whistles or stoppages. Maldonado with it behind the cage. Working with Libby Staples on the far side. Puerto Rico, you got to think, still probably going to goal. They want to have that goal differential up to 12. The pass inside. Again, it's Herrera shooting and scoring. How about Sofia Herrera picking one up here late in the ball game? 19-7, Puerto Rico leads. It was a beautiful feed in from Aaliyah Koretter. Finds the cutting Herrera, not much space, but a well-timed cut, a well-placed feed, an even better placed finish. With 1:26 to play, Puerto Rico can smell a trip to the Tier 1 bracket tomorrow. So Lucia Nash-Lagares fighting for it, picks it up, takes it past restraining. Another offensive possession for Puerto Rico. They find Henson Vendrell inside. She'll take it behind the cage. No rush for Puerto Rico. Quarter up to Herrera. Herrera scored the 19th goal for Puerto Rico. Has a step, thinking about it, backs it out to Nash-Lagares. Under a minute to go in regulation. Isabella Henson Vendrell sweeping left. Puerto Rico content to work it around. Herrera once again. And drawing a foul is Herrera, so they'll back her up to the 11. So if you haven't tuned into Field 1, Haudenosaunee leads that one 12-6. Looks like they should wrap that one up victoriously. That's going to be a fun game if Haudenosaunee faces off against Puerto Rico. If either one of them can upset Canada or United States. But Herrera nets a second goal of this fourth quarter. And Puerto Rico has reached 20 on the day. It's now 20-7 with 34 seconds to play. That should be how this one wraps up. See it again, Herrera getting herself some space, just bounces it past Valdivieso. Love seeing Sofia Herrera getting involved for Team Puerto Rico. They are ready to celebrate after this one. It's Moffitt and Nash-Lagares on the draw, the final draw of the day, as you would expect. Possession to Puerto Rico. Herrera picks it up. And with under 25 to play, Puerto Rico should be content to just run this one out. Libby Staples Working with Henson Vendrell, they'll just back it out as far as possible. Now 10 seconds on the clock. This one is just about over. So the clock winds down. It hits 0. Puerto Rico victorious again. They take this one over Peru 20-7 and clinch a spot in the Tier 1 bracket tomorrow. They'll take on Canada in the semifinal. And Peru will take on Argentina at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So another fun game here at the Pan American World Lacrosse Championships. This is where we say so long for the day. This has been a production of World Lacrosse TV. All games in the Pan American Lacrosse World Championship can be streamed live on World Lacrosse TV through the mobile app or online. For our entire production staff, I'm Kyle McCarthy, saying thank you for tuning in. Please join us for the rest of the tournament right here on World Lacrosse TV.